And she refused to meet with Cathy Engelbert, but you're going to go meet with Kamala Harris? But the commissioner of the National Basketball Association, Adam Silver, has now released a statement on this. Napheesa Collier is looking worse and worse in the situation, and you're not going to like what the commissioner's got to say.
Napheesa Collier just chose to meet with Kamala Harris, but not with WNBA Commissioner Cathy Engelbert. Why would one of the league's top stars skip a face-to-face with her own commissioner and step straight into the political spotlight instead?
Because Adam Silver, who in the past has been, made it known, he believes the big three is a conflict of interest, and it should be noted, he's too powerful. You're not taking him down. Do you really believe he doesn't think Unrivaled's a conflict to the best interest of the WNBA? Of course he does.
That single decision flipped the fan base and threw the league's leadership drama into overdrive. Let's break down what really happened, what Adam Silver meant when he said it's too personal, and how this move might reshape the next CBA negotiation. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great. Thank you so much. Now, back to the video.
You don't want to sit down and have a conversation all of a sudden with the commissioner? Well, now you don't look so good. Collier looks even worse because we know she had a meeting with Cathy Engelbert to sit down like adults to discuss the situation. Adam Silver's like, oh, hold on. We're not going to kowtow, bow down, none of this to Collier.
Napheesa Collier meeting Vice President Kamala Harris while skipping a private sit-down with Cathy Engelbert got fans debating quick. People online weren't letting it slide. Some said it made her look distant from her own league. Others argued she had earned the right to choose who she talks to. The actual story started weeks earlier when Engelbert had reached out for a discussion on CBA matters and expansion timelines. With new teams being considered and player pay under review, that meeting was supposed to be about shaping the future. But when the Harris photos dropped, it looked like Collier had time for everyone except her commissioner. Social media lit up.
I saw nothing was changing. Coaches, winning and losing alike, were complaining about the same things over and over again. Whether I was going to get, annihilated for this or people were going to support me, I felt what I was doing was right. I felt like it needed to be said, and we weren't seeing a change that our leadership was trying to make. And I think I just got to the point where I was fed up.
Fans on both sides claimed to know what it meant. A few said she was dodging a stressful conversation. Others accused the league of trying to silence her. The tone got tense fast. Every tweet and subreddit thread questioned why politics seemed to come before professionalism. That's when Adam Silver stepped in. He called the ongoing conflict too personal.
But it became too personal. And we're going to have to work through those issues.
Hinting that the issues weren't just about schedules or contracts, but about relationships breaking down behind closed doors. Silver tried to calm things by calling it part of the league's growth phase, yet his words carried a warning. To him, the storm forming between player voices and office control was a sign the league was testing its maturity.
But unfortunately, her being an owner of Unrivaled is now badly clouding the waters. Now you don't look so good at all. Now you look like you're unprofessional. People are like, nah, I don't trust her now. That's not changing. I did a video a couple of days ago where a hell of a lot of fans are jumping ship in support of her.
Engelbert's camp, though, wasn't shrugging it off as a misunderstanding. Inside reports described real irritation, people feeling like Collier's public priorities sent a message about who held power. Media outlets began framing Silver as the referee in a high-stakes argument, one side demanding accountability, the other forcing respect. His phrase, too personal, wasn't just insight. It was a flare shot into the sky. The politics might be loud, but underneath, the business ties are where things truly start to shift.
You've got to get her and Stewart the hell out of the CBA situation because now I don't trust her at all. At all. So it's okay to meet with a failed politician, but it's not okay to meet with the WNBA commissioner.
When people heard that Napheesa Collier was part owner of Unrivaled, it added a whole new layer to the story. This wasn't just about skipping a meeting anymore. It was about money, leverage, and how power moves inside the league. Unrivaled is the new project Collier's connected to, and the big twist is that it's launching right around the same time the WNBA needs to finalize its next CBA. That overlap makes everything messy, because now you've got a player who's both negotiating her own future and helping build something that could pull players away if the deal goes bad.
He's telling Collier, okay, this is personal for you now, and that's a problem. It can't be personal. This is business. I'll be available to help in any way I can. At the same time, Cathy Engelbert has presided over 6 years of some of the strongest growth.
Fans saw that and immediately started asking questions. Some were defending her, saying it's smart for players to find new income streams. Others were calling it a straight-up conflict of interest. How can someone argue for salary raises inside the WNBA while also co-owning a separate league that might compete for the same talent? The answer depends on how you see Unrivaled's model. Reports claim its pay setup could offer numbers that make most WNBA contracts look small, and that's what keeps people talking. The conversation online got intense. One half says Collier's fighting for player independence. The other says she's crossing a line and making the league look divided.
Anymore. We heard. That's why this other league existed. Because you need to supplement your income. We're going to give you a 4 times raise. A 4 times raise? Well, that's enough money you don't need to play in another league. In the league, $300K a year? Nah, you can skip Unrivaled. That's more money than they pay in salary.
What complicates it more is that the WNBA's been on an impressive run lately. Sponsorships, TV spots, bigger crowds. Even Commissioner Adam Silver called it one of the strongest growth stretches in sports. But internal fights like this can shake investor trust. Other leagues have seen this pattern before. When stars turn into part owners, meetings start getting awkward. Add in the timing of her political appearance, and it's clear why people called it bad optics. Now the dispute feels much bigger than a missed conversation. The Unrivaled link takes a personal rift and turns it into a question of leadership, and Collier's next move could decide how united that leadership really is. This whole situation feels bigger than one missed meeting. It's about how much trust exists between players and leadership, and how far stars can go in shaping what their league becomes. Napheesa Collier isn't just an athlete anymore. She's running a business and testing what independence looks like inside a structured system. Adam Silver now has to find balance before things slip further during CBA talks. The stakes sit in every future negotiation, every statement, every choice of meeting. So the real question is, are we watching a league growing up or a deeper divide starting to form?